Okay. All right. Well, welcome everybody to the March National Meeting Night. So happy to see all of you. Let's start. I'm Betsey Bishop, Senior Executive Director. I live in Virginia. For those of you I haven't met yet. We also have Terry O'Neill, Senior Executive Director, on the call, also from Virginia. I don't think we have Lindsay, Senior Executive Director, coming off because she is getting on a plane, coming back from Reno, where she did not see Jacqueline Strominger, but they were skiing. But Jacqueline Strominger is on, and she's going to be speaking in just a few minutes. We also have Debbie Pickens and Heather Taylor, who will be sharing with us in a few minutes some of the really cool stuff that's going on in their world of parties. And they're willing to dish the scoop for us so that we can learn from all the things that they're doing so well. But let's do a little recognition. I want to run down the top 10 in sales. Number 10 in sales was Mary Kudla with 3,990. Leslie Kendall with 4,022. Lori Downey, 4,064. How about these numbers? Can you do the math? Randy Majou from Texas, 4,198. Betsey Bishop, 4,619. Jess Cipher, 4,652, where the numbers are going up, up, up. All right, Lindsay Kavanaugh, $5,000 and $5,009. Do y'all know she wanted that table runner really badly? Melody Coleman, girl, $5,056. You are on a streak. Carrie Hertland, $5,066. Mihan Tron, $5,070. And Terry O'Neill, $5,343. That is a great February. Congratulations, everybody. Terry was our queen of sales. Okay, top 5 in sponsoring. This is really great. Amanda Finnegan, Sarah Veith, and Heather Taylor. Oh, sorry, wait. Amanda Finnegan, Sarah Veith, 2 new team members in February. There's a 3-way tie for first place. Heather Taylor, Lori Downey, and Carrie Hertland all sponsored 3 people. Congratulations. That is really amazing. Just great stuff. Okay, so let's dive in and talk about the month. So that was February, obviously. Let's dive in and talk about the month of March. And I want to introduce Terry O'Neill. You all know her and love her, as do I. Okay, I just unmuted you. Just can we tell us a little about what's going on in March?
Right. Do you want to pull them up or no?
I can. Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to if you don't want to.
I don't have to. Okay, I won't.
Are they close by? Well, I don't think any of us really have to pull them up because we're so excited about it.
I know.
Right? So just to go over the incentives, and I can actually pull them up on my phone just to tell you some of the details. But the first incentive is the crystallized Swarovski hat. So at $1,000 in sales, and I am noticing now, especially this year, that sales party averages are really very high. So you should easily be able to earn that hat in really 1 to 2 parties. So it's incredible with $250 income. So where can you go, or where can someone go looking for a part-time job, working 3 or 4 hours and making $250 plus you get the hat? And if you're a leader, it's $400. The next level, which I have to say, if you read in the fine print there where it says this watch matches the Mocha Wrap Star. The Mocha Wrap Star is my most favorite wrap star in the entire catalog. So I love it, and this watch is going to go so great with that. I think people ask for watches more than they ask for anything else next to the shoes. Maybe the shoes come first and then the watches. But this is such a gorgeous watch. All of us gold lovers are loving this. And really, it's about 4 parties. So totally doable. Brand new consultants coming in can earn this watch. So, and $900 commission as a new consultant. Then this is what I'm hearing everybody wants. Is there any, I should just ask, is there anybody that doesn't want these?
This?
Because if you don't want them, then I'm sure I'll buy them from you after I earn mine, because I like to have multiples of things. So these are the Swarovski crystallized Adidas sneakers. So when you get these, I love the fact that they're white. We just had a chance to earn the black ones. So now if you earn black, you have black and white. So I love that. And $1,500 commission. And again, you guys, this is less than 2 parties a week. That's it. And the month of March, this is a great month to be booking parties. So really good month. So I hope you guys are going for all of them. I'm going for all of them.
Yes.
All right. And you want me to do the sponsoring incentive too, Betsy?
Sure. Thank you.
My favorite ring in the whole catalog is the Let It Shine ring. I don't know about you guys, but literally every time I do a party, I'm selling multiple of those rings. And I was set up at an event last week and I sold 3 of them. And then I was upset because when I went to I sold one literally right off my finger. The woman goes, I want that one. What size are you? Can I buy it? And I go, off my finger? And she goes, yes. So that picture and the picture in the catalog does not do that ring justice at all. And if you or somebody you know has a small ring size, you're not supposed to adjust it, but you can adjust it a little bit to make it closer to a 5. And it's gorgeous. It's one of the most beautiful rings. So if you are a new consultant who starts the business this month, not only do you get the beautiful starter kit for $139, when you hold a $600 launch party in your first full month of business, you get the ring absolutely free, which is really exciting. And then of course, these are all the other perks you get as well. You get the swan necklace when you book your launch +4, and you get all the other incentives as well. So we're really excited about this.
I love it. That's great. I think that is really cool. And what's fun is it gives people a taste of success right off the bat, that instant reward, not just with extra free jewelry as the hostess, but that above and beyond, something really special. All right. Thanks, Terry. Okay. So tonight we're all about making the most of your parties. That's what we're really talking about. So we have 3 guests tonight, and I will be picking their brains quickly and succinctly, because we don't want to be on here, because we could literally talk about this stuff for hours and hours. But we're going to be talking booking parties from parties with Debbie Pickens, how we sponsoring at parties with Heather Taylor, and a checkout that allows you to do even more of both of those things from Jacqueline Strominger. So let's start with Debbie Pickens. And I'm going to go back to our, I'm not sure if you all can see things on speaker mode or on gallery mode. But Debbie Pickens, I'm going to unmute you. There we go. All right, Debbie, congratulations on reaching group leader in January. That was very exciting.
Thank you.
Welcome. And one of the things that I have admired about you for so long is your ability to book parties, and especially booking parties from parties. You don't do as much sort of that scrambling around trying to get on the phone and dig up parties. You've had a few lulls over the last couple of years, just like the rest of us, but it seems like you, more than almost anybody I know, seems to consistently end up with 2 or 3 parties booked from each one. And you've told me that there are a couple of key things that you do. So what are those key things that you do, just briefly, so that we can make sure that we're dialing in too?
Well, one of the things that I always do is I like rolling the dice. And so I like to go and answer the door and introduce myself and find out their names and get their name on a tag, because I'm so bad with names, and have them roll the dice and write that number. And I tell them, don't ask me now, you'll find out later. It's a great big surprise. So I do that. And then they go look at the jewelry and have some fun. And they keep gnawing at me about, what's this number for? What's this number for? And I go, it's coming. So I just have fun with it. And after I dress the guests is when I tell them about what that number is. And I always kind of spice it up a little bit. And I just tell them, okay, what the number that you rolled is something that you're really going to love, because I'm going to offer you anything you want in the catalog up to $100 for what you rolled. But I'm going to spice it up a little bit more. The first person who raises their hand at your party, I'm going to give you free shipping on your order as a hostess. And I got people going like this. Okay. So then I'll go, oh, well, it looks like we got Betsy and Jackie both raise your hands at the same time. Okay. When you book your party, before you leave this evening, you're going to get free shipping at your party. So now I got 2 parties booked because they want that free shipping. They don't know that it's $4, but that's still something. I highly recommend using what the company gives us. Anything up to $100 for $19, use it. Use it to your benefit. That's what I do. The other thing I do also is, just because they only got 2 people doesn't mean that there's not more people that want to book. So when I'm really working at the checkout. I'm really trying really hard to do this, but I always ask them about, I go, you have this great big long list of all this beautiful jewelry, and a lot of it's my favorite. And I say, don't you just love this catalog? Oh yeah, it's beautiful and blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, I'm hoping that you're thinking about doing your own party. I mean, you rolled a 3. I mean, hello, you rolled a 3. How could you not? You could get anything you want up to $100 for $3, and look at your list. It's from here to kingdom come, So they always book. Or another thing I do is I show them, when I look at their list, when they book a party, exactly what they can get at a $1,000 party for free that's on their list. And that always gets them right then and there. That's all I do. That's all I do. Sometimes I'll spice it up. If nobody is biting on anything, sometimes I'll offer them a free gift at their party. And sometimes it's a bottle of wine. Sometimes if I find out it's their birthday, I'll bring them some cupcakes from the bakery. I do things like that. So that's about it.
Awesome.
I just have so much fun at my parties. I really do. Betsy, are you there?
Yeah, sorry, my neighbor poked his head in the door. They were borrowing my car, and I had to mute for just a second.
Okay.
Debbie, that's absolutely wonderful. Just the way you explained that made it feel so much more simple than it had been in my brain, especially using that number at checkout also. To remind them, you could still get another $100 in free jewelry off of this list for that number 4 or that number, whatever the jewel. I think that's so smart. So you use 2 dice? Do you use 1 dice?
No, 3.
Use 3 dice because that would total 18 at most, right?
Right, yeah. But here's the other thing that I do too. Sometimes people will go, oh, I just don't really have the time. I just can't do it. Mm-hmm. Oh, I understand that. Everybody is so busy, but you rolled something really great. Would you be interested in maybe sometime later on down the road? Yeah, I think I could do that. Are you looking at maybe April? You're looking at May, maybe sometime in June? Yeah, I could do something in June. And I go, all right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to write this number on your order form so that when you decide in June, which may I please call you sometime, in May to get this booked, I'm going to honor what you rolled. Mm-hmm. And they'll go, really? I went, yep, I'm going to honor it. You're here tonight. You're having a good time. I'm having a good time. Why not offer it to you? So usually when I do that, now when I call them, I can say, Betsy, I talked to you at Jacqueline's party, and you mentioned that you would like to do something in June, and you rolled a 3. And I know how big your list is. How about if we go and try to get something up to $100 for $3 at your party? Is this working for you? And she says, yeah, I'm so excited about it. I really wanted those ice bracelets or whatever. That's what I do. Utilize what the company gives you. Make it work for you.
Mm-hmm. And keep bringing them back to that number that they rolled. That makes perfect sense. Okay. Mm-hmm. I love it. And it's simple, right?
Yeah.
Well, yes. Debbie, thank you. I really appreciate that. I think that really clarified it for it. Does anybody have a particular question that they want to ask Debbie about that? You can unmute. Clarification? Okay, good. All right. Well, thank you, Debbie. That's awesome.
Welcome. Welcome.
All right. So moving on from booking parties from parties, let's talk about how we can sponsor and find new team members while we're at parties. Because honestly, if we're interested in building a team, helping women achieve success with our company, most of the people that we're going to find will be at the parties. It sort of becomes, our mindset becomes that this is a pond to fish in, and we're looking for the people that we can scoop up who might be interested in this. And so Heather, I'm so excited. Heather Taylor had so much success last month, and it sounds like, Heather, that you switched up some things at your party, and I'm so intrigued to find out what you did. So I'm trying to unmute you. Here we go.
Okay.
Hi, Heather.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I had a problem last time on this. Nobody could hear me, so I ended up typing the whole time. I am in the dance studio, so it's a little noisy in here. I apologize for that. So I switched up a lot of things in my my party presentation. I owe a lot of it to Lindsay because I was on one of the conference or the Zooms with Lindsay, and she really was talking about different really good ideas for the party presentation, and I basically took it and ran with it and totally implemented it. First, I started making sure that I was going in totally prepared. So I was making sure all of my order forms were in every single catalog, make sure I had enough catalogs for, you know, where I was going. I decided ahead of time what I wanted to display in my tray so that I wouldn't take forever setting it up. But so I still do make sure I hit the 5 party steps along the whole way. And in the past, I'd been skipping some or just not really confident about a couple of them, and they could tell that I wasn't confident. So preparing myself ahead of time was big. When I start my presentation, this is one of the things that I switched up. I have playing cards, and before I say, hi guys, I'm Heather Taylor, thanks for coming. I do tell them a little bit about the company, 125 years, you know, all that fun stuff. And then I stop and say, but before I tell you any more, we're gonna play a game. And the game is, I have cards here, and every time you ask me a question about the business, you will get a card from now until the end of the party. At the end of the party, I have a really nice sparkly prize for you. So I present one of those games right then and there, and that gets people engaged and starting to ask questions right off the bat. You know, then I go through, you know, what are some iconic, you know, things that you see Swarovski, and then they answer, and I start handing out cards and go from there. So everything else I do the same. When I get to dress the guests, I already have a tray put together, and it's a tray basically. I use all the reds, so it's what they can get for free if they host or a discounted item. So I actually have the tray right there ready to go. And I ask someone to come up. I don't ask for a volunteer. I say, hey Jane, I need you to come up and be my model, and they usually will. And then I'll go over every single piece, you know, like the necklace, the bracelets, the earrings, and I'll always highlight, you know, ice bracelet because they're, you know, one of our signature pieces. And then they get to wear it for the rest of the party. So I go, oh, you look awesome. Doesn't she look so good? You can get all this for free and discounted, you know, if you all host for me. So, and I'm like, you wear it for the rest of the party. And they're like, oh, thanks. So then they go sit down. Then the next thing, I have another tray already prepared of our starter kit. So if I don't have all the pieces from the starter kit, then I'll use something else that's similar. So if I don't have the crystal earrings, I'll use the blue earrings or the Montana earrings or whatever. So okay, this is the second kit I'm really excited to share with you guys, or tray. This tray is our starter kit. So if you become a consultant in this tray, you see everything that you will get. And it's only, at the time, it was only $125. It's normally $139, guys, so this is really good, and it's over $800 worth of jewelry. What really helped is the extra necklace, the everlasting, is that what it is? No. What is the $300 necklace?
It was, right.
Yeah.
It was the, whatever, right.
Yeah, you know, the big one. But so that they saw that right away because I had that on the display with it all, and I was like, okay. They're like, I see. I'm like, yep, but that's for last. You got to wait for that one. So I take every single piece, talk about the Chanel necklace, and I pass it around to make sure everybody feels it, holds it, touches it. Pass it around, every single piece in the starter kit. And then they're like, there's more, there's more, and I keep going, and they're like, oh my God, there's more. I'm like, yeah, guys, this is a huge starter kit for only $125. And the whole time, because I'm passing it around, they're feeling it, they're asking more questions about the business, asking more questions about the jewelry. So that right there made a huge difference for me, is actually having a tray, passing all the items around. And they just really got engaged and were asking a lot of questions. And then from there, I'll do my why. So that kind of brings everything back down a little bit more serious, and I share my why. And then I'm like, okay, guys, after that, feel free to go check out the table, try everything on, touch everything. If you have any questions, let me know. Have fun shopping. So just adding the game at the very beginning. And then once we start, once everybody kind of calms down and starts ordering, then I'm like, okay, who has the most cards? And then they get a stretch bracelet. I got like 10 of them always on hand. So they get to choose a stretch bracelet at the end, whoever has the most cards. So I've been finding that I feel way more confident. A friend of mine that I've been trying to sponsor for 2 years, well, Terry's been trying to sponsor her for like 4 years, and I've been trying to sponsor her for a year. She came to my last party and pulled me aside and was like, you were awesome. Because she's been to other parties that I've done. And she said, you are way more confident, you were way more prepared. She's like, I went from 20% to 60% on board. She's like, I'm almost there, I'm not ready yet. I'm like, oh. But it was really great to hear that from her, because I had been, I'm like, it took me a year to get the flow and feel confident and feel like I know what I'm talking about. But so that's what I changed.
That's wonderful. I love it. And again, the best part is that you feel prepared from soup to nuts, walking in there, that you know exactly what you're going to do. Yeah.
That way, if anybody does, sing me a curveball, I'm not focused on, trying to get my order forms. Everything's done, and I can answer or, help with anything that's above and beyond what I wasn't, didn't have ready to go.
Really good point. That's great. Any questions for Heather? I love it.
Betsy, this is Patricia. I had a quick question for Heather. Is she also giving cards for when they ask questions?
Yes. So if they answer any questions about the business or the jewelry, I give them a card. And believe me, if I forget, because I get talking and I talk with my hands, so I put the cards down, and they'll be like, I asked a question. Oh, okay. Let me find my cards. So they get a card. So yeah, any engagement, I'm like, here you go.
Excellent. Thank you.
How many decks of cards do you need?
I only have one. Well, I have 3 decks, but the last party was like, I almost ran out. It was the most questions. There was 20 people there. It was the most questions I've ever had. And I had like maybe 10 left. So 1 deck seems to work fine.
Okay.
But I have a couple extras just in case.
Great. Okay. That's neat.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun. I like that.
Thanks.
Good. All right. Thank you, Heather. I appreciate it. Okay. So let's move on to the last part of this, which is the checkout. We have really, as a company, we have a new initiative for the way we are checking out our guests, so that we're not just paying attention to orders, that we're finding easy ways of scooping up potentially interested people in the business, as well as scooping up new hostesses. So I would love to introduce Jacqueline Struminger, who's going to be sharing with us and role playing a little bit about how this is working for her. I think I unmuted you. I'm trying. Thank you. Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Okay, so when we get to the checkout, I just have to preface, when I start my parties, one of the things I've been saying is, because I'm trying to grow, I will say, as I'm looking to grow in this area, so as I'm talking tonight, would like you to maybe keep your ears open. Maybe what I'm saying or what I'm doing might spark a name, or maybe it's something that you might be interested in. And then I kind of move on. So when we get to checkout, we have our order forms, and I have my little, and I have, have you guys all seen the handy dandy, beautiful, put your dates, from the back office? These are really, yeah, they're awesome. Yep, okay. So I'm gonna role play a little bit with Betsy here. Betsy, you have a really big list of stuff here.
Of course I do.
There is so much stuff on here. As a matter of fact, there are 15 items on this list.
I did. I was busy tonight around that table trying to keep track of everything that I liked.
You were so super busy. So did you have fun tonight?
I did. This was very fun.
Have you been to a lot of parties before?
No, actually, no. I'd never seen this before.
Oh, well, I'm so glad that you came tonight. So At the beginning of, before I did my little presentation about the jewelry, I actually was talking a little bit about that we're looking to grow in this area. And I have a sparkle brochure. I don't have any idea, I've run out. I have a sparkle brochure, and I wonder if I might be able to give it to you to take a look at. I don't know if it's something that you're interested in, but I was mentioning I'm also really looking to grow in this area. Maybe you could take a look at it. Maybe if you read it over, it'll spark somebody's name that you could think of, whether it's locally here or maybe even another part of the country. Would you be open to taking a look at that and reading our sparkle brochure?
Sure.
Fantastic. Okay, so since you're gonna take a look at it, I really appreciate it. I wonder if we could then set up a follow-up call so I could answer any questions with you, or again, see if there's a name that pops into your mind. Is daytime or evening better for you for a time to connect?
I'm pretty busy tomorrow, actually.
Tomorrow? What about I don't know what day today is. What about Wednesday? I was forgetting what day today is. Like, is it Sunday? I don't know what day it is. How's your day like on Wednesday?
Maybe Wednesday, sure.
Evening or daytime?
Evening.
Evening. Okay, so how would you be at around a 7 o'clock time frame, and I could just give you a buzz?
Sure.
Okay, great. So I'm gonna text you right now, so you have my number. I have a 617 number, so when you get it, I don't want you to think I'm a spam or a robocall. And then you can put my name in there. You can say Bling Girl. So I'm gonna text you right now. Awesome. Okay, so text goes off. All right, fantastic. So Betsy, I'm going to finish tallying up your order. And as I'm tallying up your order and checking things through, I'm going to hand you my date list, and for you to pick the date that you want to have your girls get together, because you've got some good stuff here. So I'm going to give you that to peruse. And you did have a really great low number when we did your preferred number. So you'll be able to get an extra great item for a low number. It's under $10. So here's your list, and you can even look at some of the cool themes that I have, and I'm gonna finish tallying it up.
Okay. All right.
Oh, look, you even picked a Sunday. Look at that. And actually, usually what I'll even say, I didn't do it on this one, but I usually have the days of the week modified and written on here. So I'll say, you can pick a Saturday, a weekend day or a weekday. I've got them marked, whichever works best for you. And I'm assuming that they're booking. I don't ask. I don't say, oh, do you want to get friends together? I stopped asking. I'm assuming. Going right in. And
then if they don't want it, they just kind of ignore it, right? While they're waiting for their order.
Yeah, they'll just, they'll say, oh, sometimes people say, either I'm busy over the next couple of months. I'll say, you know what, great. What if I pencil in, look at your calendar further out. We can pencil in a day, in May or June, if that would be a better month. You can pencil in a weekday or weekend, whichever is better. And I'll even say I typically will work, Thursdays and Sundays. So you can pick a day, we just pick a Thursday or a Sunday. And if we need to modify it, we can. It's all penciled in. Okay. And then, sometimes you also get the other things. Oh, I don't ever want to have people at my house. I don't like having people at my house either. I'm under renovation. We can do it at a restaurant, a bar, or coffee shop. Right. Even easier. You don't even have to spend as much money.
So what's the structure here? So the structure seems to be, she's sitting down next to you, hands you the order form, or you grab it from the bottom of the stack, whatever, and she's sitting there with you for the next couple of minutes, hopefully.
Yep.
And so you have a little brief, acknowledgement of what her evening was like.
Maybe I still want to try to make a connection with her. Yeah, I'm still making a connection with them. And my biggest thing is I want to connect with them. I want to make sure they had a good time, what they like. I am going to comment also on her list. Oh my God, you got some great things here. So I'm still making the personal connection, but I'm taking out the question of, do you want to get? I'm just going right into assuming. When we were at homecoming, the statistics of the number of people that actually want to do parties that don't say anything is a bigger number. So I'm just going to assume that those people are going to pick a date, or they might say, now is not a time. And I actually find that I'm more confident in getting the booking because I'm not making it just taking something out of it. I know people don't necessarily always like to say, oh, I'm going to party. So you sort of, if they say no, it gives me the ability to also ask questions as to why not, a little bit easier. Oh, or they might say, I'm not a party person. I much more like to go to the party. And I'm like, and I'll say, oh, I get that. Curious, did you used to ever host parties, or you just don't like people at your home? I'd love to know why, because this is, I'm curious. So.
Okay. But that is the third part, because the second part is the offering of the brochure. I mean, the goal is to get them to take a brochure and set up that little time to talk the next day at a specific time. Because what we're finding is that there are a lot more people who are a little bit curious about this, but are probably not planning to talk to us about it that night. And so, being able to say to them, what seems to work best is talking, if I could just chat with you briefly, not tonight.
Yeah, right. And the other thing that does, it also makes me accountable for following up.
That's a good point. Right.
So
you've all agreed that that's what you're going to do.
Right. So it makes me accountable. And also when I'm giving out a sparkle brochure and I'm handing it to them, I've handed some to some people, and they're saying, let me just take a look at it. And then I might even say, okay, I'm going to text you to, like, if it's been really, really busy, I'm going to text and follow up with you tomorrow on a time to connect. Just like I had a party the day, there were so many people. It was just like, it was too busy. So again,
going back to that, the structure is the personal connection. The second one is the sponsoring brochure and hopefully an opportunity to talk. The third thing is sort of in tandem, addressing the order form and at the same time handing them the clipboard with the party dates and themes on it all at the same time. Right. And so that's sort of the simple structure. I think really the key is coming up with the word choices that are going to roll off of our tongue. I know for me, I say things like, I don't have a crystal ball, but I love to send one of these sparkle brochures home with everyone, because I don't know who would be most interested in this. And so that sort of is a little segue into that part of the conversation. So you have to come up with your verbiage that you're going to feel good about and
feel comfortable with. You have to practice it.
Right. And saying over and over again that night. What questions do you have for Jacqueline about this checkout process, or comments if you've been doing it yourself?
Debbie's trying to talk, but I think you're muted.
Hang on, Debbie.
Debbie, you talking?
All right. Unmute it.
I'm talking. How many dates do you put on that sheet that we have? The choose a date with the themes. How many dates do you put down? Do you go just for 1 month, or do you do 2 months?
I actually do 2 months. I have 2 months on there. I actually have 4 and 4.
That's what I got too. Good. Yes.
And honestly, that's what I have right now, because I have a short window in March to actually have parties, because I'm gone half the month of March. And so then I also have April.
My April is starting to get more booked on this sheet than my March, believe it or not, which is good.
Yeah. And so what I typically will do, just as you were saying, Debbie, about offering like a discount or something, I have, and I learned this from Lynn Conway years ago, I put a star next to the my top 3 names. Dates. And I have something on the bottom that I will say, pick a star date and get an extra special sparkly gift at your party.
That's what I'm doing too. I'm putting that down.
Like sparkly.
Yeah. And I will let people know when I'm doing the booking offer. I will say too, I've got my date sheet that I'll share with you at checkout, and anybody who books on a sparkly date is going to get something extra special.
Good. Again, you're giving them notice.
Right.
I am giving them notice.
Prepping
And
them.
I usually hold it up. Not that it matters, but like visual.
You could even put it on your display table.
I've done that too.
So people
Yep.
see it sitting there, even if they don't do anything with it, at least they're observing it, and then you can use it at checkout too.
I've done it. So one of the things that I did do, like when I first got to Reno last January, I did offer free shipping for the night, that night, if they booked a party. And I had people looking for my date sheet.
That's
Like-
so interesting to me. And that's what Debbie's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Really, really interesting.
Yeah.
Debbie, I have a question. In doing it that way, what's your cancellation rate like?
I haven't had any cancellations in a very long time.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's been a long time since I've had a cancellation.
I didn't think so. Yeah, that's wonderful.
And I can tell you from the January parties that I did that with, I didn't have any cancellations either. And I would say the only reason why I think I stopped doing it was because I was booking a lot of parties and I was like, this is getting expensive.
Yeah. It can.
That's interesting.
I was like, oh, it's getting a little pricey. Yeah. But I will tell you, by just handing people my sheet, I have six parties for March, and I think I have already 6 parties in April or more. I mean, I'm losing count. That's my.
I have 6 in March, but my whole April, I really have run out of dates of when I'm available, because we have Easter in there.
Yeah, spring
I
break.
know, and you got spring break in there, so you got like, it's a little bit of, a lot of people want to, but they don't want to. They're afraid. But the very first week, and then I just don't know where I'm going to put anybody. So I have to go back in and readjust my way of thinking of what my availability is going to be, because I want to just keep booking.
Right.
So.
Debbie,
Right.
I can give you share something that Kay shared.
Sure, share.
Overbook and hand it to some of your best performers.
Oh,
Yeah.
good thought.
But what happens if the hostess, these people are booking because they like you, So when you give them somebody else, how are they going to feel about that? Because really people book because they like you. If they don't like you, I don't care how much they like to do it, they're just not going to do it, So they're booking because they like you. They like the way you're presenting it, and your verbiage, and you're fun, and you're crazy, and you're making us laugh, and it's a party feeling. And then all of a sudden you're giving it to this individual who may not be you or be like you. I mean, are people feeling funny about that? Or maybe you haven't done that yet.
I have done it. At the hostess, I think it just has to become with the communication with the hostess to make sure she's okay with it. So if you got 2 on one night, you probably can ask both and say, would you be opposed? Like, you could ask both and see if they're opposed to it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've done 2, but I've made sure that one's like 11 to 1, and the other one is more in the evening for me to especially if I'm at one end of the peninsula, I have to go to the other. Yeah.
You're like the Energizer Bunny.
I mean, really, it's like boom, boom. It's
Well, thank you, ladies. I sure appreciate it. I've certainly gotten some great ideas, and I'm going to change up a couple of things at my parties. Anybody else going to do something different at their next party? Pretty fun, right? Okay, because we know that these things work, because these women are having tremendous success. All right, one last thing. Oh, 2 last things. The first one is that tomorrow at noon, the company is doing a booking training, booking blitz training, and Emmy Pierce is the trainer.
Trainer.
Sorry.
I was gonna say she's awesome.
She is really amazing. I know her personally, some of us know her personally, and she's just a remarkable trainer. So if you want some great booking ideas, be sure you hop on at noon tomorrow. I believe they will record it, but live is way better, way, way better. And then tomorrow night at 7:30, I am going to do a Profit Up study hall, push night, we call it. Sometimes we call it a party up study hall, but I'm calling it a Profit Up study hall because you girls deserve to make some profit in March. And so we're doing that from 7:30 to 9 right here on this same Zoom channel. And basically what we're going to do is it's an excuse to sit at the library table and study and get all of our homework done together. Basically what we're doing is we're booking our parties together and telling our families that we're off limits, leave us alone, we're studying, we're getting our work done. So it gives you an excuse to come hang with the girls and get your work done, okay? So that's tomorrow night. All right, one last thing. We're doing a drawing for a Swarovski bracelet right now. Anybody like the way that looks?
So
That's
sparkly.
a beautiful brand new watch that we're all going to get.
It does match that watch that we're going to get. This is not a Touchstone crystal piece. This is a Swarovski piece. All right. So the winner is going to be the newest consultant on this call. How are we going to figure that out? Okay. If you are new within the last month, please post in chat or say out loud what your start date was. Who's it going to be? Anybody from this last month? Anybody from February? You have to either text it.
I signed up yesterday.
Oh.
Yesterday.
Yes.
Who was that?
Sophie Song.
Sophie Song. You said that yesterday? Can anybody beat that?
No.
Not yesterday.
Anybody forever hold your peace? Anybody else? Sophie, can you go on camera? Can we see you? I saw you a minute ago.
I'm getting ready in pajamas.
You are? Oh, that's
Yes.
okay. You don't have to. All right, Sophie Song, congratulations. This is going out to you, darling. Welcome to the team.
Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, have a great night. Have a wonderful March. You can reach your goals this month. You've got some brand new tools. Put them all to use, okay? And get on those booking calls tomorrow and tomorrow night. We're looking forward to seeing you then. Take care. Love you guys.
Bye. Bye.
Good night.
I love your haircut.
I know, it looks really good. I was meant to tell you that this morning, Betsy.
Oh, thank you.
Yes,
Bye,
very.
I love Wendy's too.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, Wendy's is super cute.
Thank you.
Hey, Bets, where's your sidekick?
Tala, she's over there.
Oh, okay, we missed her tonight, just so.
Oh, she was behaving, but I'll show you. Those of you who are still on. Whoops. Tala, come here, baby. Where are you?
There she is.
Oh, she's so cute.
Oh.
Look at her showing off.
Oh.